Hello, this is Valerie Guillaume, and I'm making this very, very important and urgent video uh, to expose what is happening in regards to my situation in Canada. I have some people that I want to expose because I'm bringing them before the International Criminal Court for carrying out crimes against humanity against me. I want to expose. The Brampton Superior Court of Justice and the supervisor there by the name of Christine Oliereira, her manager, Ryad, the director, Debbie Dunn. I also want to expose Judge Leonard Ricchetti. And what these people have done is to conspire not only to abuse my international human rights, but also to abuse my constitutional rights under the Canadian Constitution. I have made a lot of reports over the years, but this is one of the most obvious and blatant abuse of my human rights. So I believe that they're doing this because of the exposure that I gave them on my blog. Because whenever they block me in the courts, I like to expose it on my blog to the rest of the world. For two reasons: to educate the public on what's happening in regards to my situation, and to expose Canada's hypocrisy and human rights abuse to the rest of the world. So the latest situation involved me trying to get a hearing for a motion that I filed on May 2nd. I serve the respondents with my motion material. There was one or two documents that was outstanding, which I ended up filing a few days later. So my matter was before Judge Leonard Ricchetti, and part of the relief that I was seeking was equitable relief, but I was also seeking an injunction against the respondent ship. This is a very big conspiracy here. So he denied that, and my next move was to file a motion to have his order set aside, and that's what I did. I cannot hear back from the supervisor. I'm going to recommend that you go to my blog and read the latest article on that. So I filed a motion to set aside or vary the order um, of the judge last week. I filed the notice of motion. I filed a motion record. I filed a factum. I filed an affidavit of in support of the motion, and I also filed, because she was insisting, um, an affidavit of service. Because normally, um, after the COVID situation, the courts really allow you to do service via email. Even this same court allows you to do service by email. So I file all of these things with the court, and she kept telling me I haven't done anything according to the rules. She's rejecting my document. What she's really trying to do is to stop it. She doesn't want it to go any further because this is a conspiracy. She doesn't want anything in the court to go any further against the respondent ship. And this is what they're doing. This is beyond systematic racism. This is an attack against me personally. It's reprisal, but and I'm taking them before the International Criminal Court. But most people have never heard of something like. I mean, I'm in the courts. I'm in divisional court. I'm in court of appeal, and I file motion all the time. I file motion all the time, and I also have been filing motions over the years. What I filed should have been sufficient for me to get my hearing, and my hearing date is really tomorrow. I've heard nothing back from the court. Debbie Dunn is the director of court operations. She did not even get back in touch with me. Ryad Andrews is the manager of court operation at that particular court. She's above Christine Davies Oliereira. He didn't get back to me. Christine Davies didn't get back to me after she sent me the email telling me that she will not send my matter to the trial coordinator's office to have my hearing um, scheduled and for it to go ahead tomorrow. So what they've done is to basically block me in the court, create this delay, okay, which is such an injustice. I mean, I can't wait. I can't wait for this full process in the ICC against them, right? I can't wait to bring Canada before the international community for its crimes against humanity in regards to me. Um, I'm making this video because these people, I think they were pissed off that I exposed the judge. I think that's one of the reasons, I believe. And they're more pissed off because I keep talking about what they're doing to me on my blog, and they don't want the publicity. So they find ways, but to really delay my matter in the court that would cause me harm, to really block my matter in the court that would cause me harm. Where did they get this audacity from? Where? Of course I'm going to charge them. Of course I'm going to do as much as I can to enforce my rights. You know, I just wanted to go right off the bat and go before the Justice of the Peace and lay charges, and I know that they're going to block it and all of these things. I'm sorry, I'm in a public place, so I don't really want to videotape other people in my video. So, have you ever heard of someone trying to... I'm so speechless about what they've done that it's it's literally unheard of. It's unheard of because these things, you just don't hear about the court blocking you in such a way. So she did that before, Christine, when Justice Dow in the Superior Court of Justice, Toronto, made the endorsement on March 27th to serve my ex parte motion on the respondent, request for it to be transferred to this region, Peel region, Brampton Court. And he made the order without prejudice. And so I've done all of that. Um, Now they're blocking me. They don't want this thing to proceed at all in front of the court. These are Canadian government employees. These are people who are working in the courts. We're supposed to uphold the justice and the judicial system and all of those things. And here I am having to expose them and saying, they have done this to me. They've literally stopped what I am doing. And this has come from the management, Christine Davies, Oliereira, Dunn, he's the director. I am going to contact the Ministry of Justice in regards to this matter. I want to speak to that guy. I forgot his name. And this is way too much. This is just my first of more than one video that I'm going to be making. But I want the public to be aware of what they've done to me. They literally stopped my... Tomorrow was the hearing for my motion. That's the date that I set for my motion. And because she did not schedule that, because she didn't send it to the trial coordinator, nothing is set up for a hearing tomorrow. It's supposed to be an oral hearing, which normally usually have by video conference and all of that. Nothing. She hasn't even gotten back to me in regards to my matter before the court. Everything has been cut off. How fucking dare these son of a bitch? How dare them abuse my my human rights like that? How dare them abuse my charter rights like that? Especially section 15 subsection 1 of equality rights, or legal rights, equality rights, where I'm supposed to have equal benefit, equal protection and benefit of the law. Where is that right now when they block my situation in the courts where it cannot even proceed in the court? And I asked her, I said, what is it? what else am I supposed to submit in regards to my motion that you're telling me that I haven't done, so you cannot now have my motion proceed? What they're just trying to do is say, okay, this is as far as we want you to go. We're gonna stop you. Oh, fucking dare these son of a bitch do that. Excuse my language. This is just the beginning now, because I am not gonna leave no stones unturned on the international laws until I get justice in this situation. I want to try to charge him on the Canadian laws, but I know I'm going to be blocked, but I'm still going to try anyways. For sure, they're going to be prosecuted under the Rome Statute of the ICC, International Criminal Court. That's what I'm doing currently. And it involve all the names that I've just mentioned, the judges, the managers and directors of this court. They're going to have their day in court. What they're saying is that here's this black woman who's coming up against the system export. Who the hell are you? You think you're better than me? You think you are some kind of superior piece of shit? Who are you to tell me as a human being? You're not even at my level. You're actually beneath me. Because the things that you people have been doing to me to cause me to go down, you don't have that kind of strength that I have. So I am superior to you. If I was inferior to you, I would have been done, finished long time ago. Emotionally, mentally, in every single way, I am superior to you. And I'm proud of that. And I am proud of that fact. So don't bring your racist white superiority to me and try to destroy my life in that way. I am going to reorganize. I'm going to get the support that I need to get. And then I am going to enforce my rights. But what I am doing in this video is to expose the extremist state of Canada. It does nothing for human rights. It's been torturing me for years, carrying out psychological torture against me, forced me to be homeless, forced me out of my home, all of these things, year up and year up and year, all the time over these years. And you have these racists who are in positions of power, and they pretend they have this public policy where they tell a lot of lies and pretend as if they uphold humanity, human rights, and respect the differences among people and all of these things. It's all a lie. It's a lie. Because when they catch you by yourself, then you see what they're really about. Okay? And here I am as a black woman, and these people have the audacity to think they can violate my basic human rights, my constitutional rights, and sit and laugh about it. And like, who is she? They're just pissed off, and I think the judge is involved in it. I believe, and I'm entitled to my opinion and my belief. I believe this judge, Leonardo Ricchetti, is involved. How is he involved? Because they didn't like the fact that I reported his ruling on my blog. Because what he did, one of the things that he did was to contact the respondent's lawyer, Zor Levy, outside of the courtroom, without me being privy to what was discussed between the judge and counsel. So I exposed that on my blog. I exposed his endorsement where he stated in the endorsement that he wanted to contact counsel before our hearing. I believe that he did because the court has her personal cell phone number and contact information. I believe he did. And once he did, everything now went against me. All of these things that they're doing is against Canadian law and against international law. And I've been exposing it on my blog, and this is their way of reprisal against me. Like, we're going to block her in the court, you know. So I'm making this short video. I am going to follow it up with another video, but I just wanted to explain to the public what is happening in my case, that they have blocked my matter, my motion to set aside this judge order. I filed so many motions. I mean, divisional court, court of appeal. Court of appeal is higher than the Superior Court of Justice. It's higher than the Superior Court of Justice. In the Court of Appeal, they accept service by email. Normally, what I do is to attach the respondent's email to the court's email after I've made service on them so that the court can see. But just to please this particular court in Brampton, I literally went to the court, filled out my affidavit of service under Rule 16, Rule 37 motions, and then Section 16 has to do with service. So I actually literally did everything possible that the law required me to do. I literally went to the court, had my affidavit of service commissioned, and emailed it to the court that I served the respondent. Why did I email it? Because if my hearing, and it says so, if the hearing date is less than 7 days away, because you have to understand, a motion to set aside has to be done as quick as possible. So if the hearing date is less than 7 days away, you're told on case line to submit it by email, which is what I did. My motion record, my notice of motion, factum affidavit in support of the motion, and the affidavit of service. All of these were done by email after service on the respondent. And even after I've done all of that, and in my motion record, I have like a dozen supporting documents, endorsement from the judge, what other motions that I've filed to go with the motion to set aside. So what else can I possibly do to please this woman, Christine? How fucking dare this bitch block my matter? I'm sorry, I am not being professional right now. This is a subjective experience for me because I am suffering because of these people, because they're carrying out all of these abuse of my rights, forcing me to be homeless because I have not been able to secure private accommodation and all of these things. Um, and these things takes time. Housing is a big issue in Ontario right now. It's a really big issue. So for them to want to block me and to cause me harm in that way, they have no right to do that. They have no right to do that. So I know I said that this video is not going to be a long one, but it's gone on longer than I wanted it to. But I will be keeping the public updated in regards to what is happening in regards to this situation. I am so looking forward as this matter progresses in the ICC against this specific individual, Christine Davies, Debbie Dunn, Ryad Andrews, Leonardo Ricchetti, and all the other judges that would not even consider equitable relief that I sought. These people are racist. They are unjust, these judges. And their articles posted online from all of these human rights organizations that made these official reports that Canadian judges are extremely unjust. They perpetrate a racist system against Black people and other minorities. And so this was my article about the senior judge. He's a regional senior judge and he's corrupt. How the fuck do you get a regional senior judge to have a conversation with the fucking counsel outside of a courtroom without the other party there? This is coming from a regional judge. And when I posted that shit on my blog, nobody's happy. That particular court in Brampton is not happy that I did that.